This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, welcome to the session. I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know once you can see it.
Kumar,
Yep.
sorry to say, but sometimes what is happening is your voice is not so clear over the mic. Either you need to adjust the mic.
Is it for everyone? Because yesterday as well, I think one guy pinged me regarding the audio issues. Later on, everyone told it is fine. So I would like to know it's only for you or. And one more thing is that sometimes you might hear sound loudly and sometimes you might hear slowly because I will be stretching few things. Okay. At that time, I will speak loudly. So at that point, you will hear it loudly and sometimes I
No,
will speak slowly. Yeah.
that, that's fine. Some clarity issue is there because later, if you go through the recording, now you will have the
Uh,
same issue in the recording also.
oh, recording I can't help out, yeah, because that's not with
No, no, no.
me.
I
Okay,
mean to say that sometimes your voice is okay. Sometimes there is some issue. Then we won't be able to
so
understand what exactly.
just a second. Okay, let me show you my net speed.
No, it's not about dropping your voice. It's about the quality of the mic.
No, no, the quality because I am using the Sennheiser headset, and it's
I
very
don't.
costly. So that's why I'm saying if it is a ordinary mic and if it is an ordinary headset, then I would have said okay, I will change my headset because that's a Sennheiser headset and it's very costly. So and
What
again,
about
even
other
if you see
people?
my yeah, that's what I would like to know. What about others? Is it same for everyone? Are you facing audio issues from my end? If it is the case, please let me know. I will change my headset.
No, no, for me it is working fine. Like I'm able to hear you properly.
Oh, okay.
Who was this
Even
fellow?
for me
Kundan.
also it's fine.
Kundan.
Yeah, it's fine for me.
Yeah, you people voice is much better than Kumar. Sorry, Kumar.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, because I don't know why it's causing issues for you. I think you need to check some sound settings, or if it is for everyone, I will change my headset. That's not a problem for me. Okay. Okay. So let's continue with the session. So see here, we have discussed about architecture of Dynamics 365, and then we have seen how application stack architecture is available and how application is stacked. And then along with that, we also see application server architecture, how the components will interact with each other. Okay. Now, along with that, we have also seen how to start with the implementation project and what are the different steps. Okay. So what are the different steps that are available in shoe-step methodology? And on each phase, what should be done? Okay, we have seen all those things. Okay. So today we will begin with the implementation project. Okay. Let me add a new page. We will begin with implementation project. Okay. Uh, Actually, I am facing some memory issues with this VM. Just we will see. Mostly, I think it should not cause any issues because I have set it up. But if it causes issues, I will open the notepad. Okay. No worries. Let's see. Okay. So coming to the implementation project, we will go through the end to end all the steps of the sure step methodology. Okay, so we can take any one of the example. Okay, each and every time I used to discuss bank management system or vehicle management system or sometimes hospital management system, we can discuss. Okay, whatever you want, I will explain you how to do that. So you can let me know. Shall I start with shopping management system or bank management system or whatever it is? You can tell me.
Hello, Kumar.
Yep.
Can you have some example with either production or packing industry, something like
Production or packing industries.
that? Yes.
Yeah, here as well you will have the same thing, in the shopping management system.
No, it will be
Here as well
different
you will
in.
have the same, but the thing that will happen with shopping management system is because in this one we will use inventory, we will use again accounts receivable, I can say, and then we will use accounts payable. Okay. So what will happen is if I take this one, I can show you the customizations, but not the implementation. Okay. So if you say about production, then you can tell me, you can tell me any one of the example. If you can tell me the example, then I will add it here. That's not a big deal. Because whatever you want, I will create a new project and I will explain you all the details. The choice is yours.
I don't know what is the wish of other members.
Because in case of implementation, whenever I used to start with bank management system, because this will be a totally new thing. This is not available in Dynamics AX. Okay, so that's up to you. Yeah, you can decide. Today I will take one of the examples, and later on you can decide. Okay, because we have 1 or 2 more days. You can decide and you can tell me whether you want to go with whatever the project you want. Okay, you can decide and you can tell me. That's not a problem for me. Okay, I will explain you any project. I will show you the details and then I will explain you. Okay, so today let's begin with the bank management system. Okay, as I have given a chance to you, you can ping me on tomorrow, whatever the project you want. I will create the objects and I will show you. Okay, because today I will just show you how to start with the project. Okay, so that's not a big deal. Next, now let's say for this implementation project, I am taking example of bank management system, and I want to take one more example of shopping management system. Okay, shopping management system. These are the 2 examples that I want to take here. Now let's say if it is a bank management system. Okay, so all the modules are available for bank management system in Dynamics 365. The answer is no. There are a lot of things which are not available for managing a bank in Dynamics 365. Okay, we have a single module called cash and bank management, but that is not at all suitable for. So whatever we need to do, we need to start from the scratch. Okay, if you're starting from the scratch in this fashion, that will be your implementation project. And the second one is shopping management system. In case of shopping management system, whatever things we need is inventory, we need is accounts receivable. Okay, wherein we need to create the sales order. Means, let's say you want to add something on the cart, you should be able to add that to the cart. You want to purchase them, you should be able to purchase them, and the order should be created at in the Dynamics 365. All that are possible using the accounts receivable module. Similarly, in the shopping management system, he is not going to produce anything. So what he will do? What he does? He will purchase them from a other vendor, some third-party vendor, if he is not a producer. Okay? Then what he needs to do? He needs to maintain those details. Those details are maintained in accounts payable. And then, along with this, he should maintain the financial transactions. To maintain the financial transactions, he will use general ledger. Okay, can you see? This is the benefit. If you go with the shopping management system, and if you want to create the shopping management system in Dynamics 365, okay, during the diagnosis and analysis phases, they will identify all these things. Now, what they know? The customer needs inventory management. It's already available in Dynamics 365. The customer needs accounts receivable, wherein he need to create the sales orders and he need to check the details of them and he need to create the reports of them, and all those things he can do using the accounts receivable. And then he is doing a purchases from the third-party vendor, so he needs to maintain the details of the purchase orders, which he will maintain in accounts payable module. And then the last module is general ledger, wherein he can track the financial details. Okay, now this is how it works. Okay, now what you will say to the customer? Okay, already we have the product and which can maintain all these details. Okay, and alongside of this, there will be a customer requirement. Okay, when there is a sales order created, let's assume he wants to add minimum and maximum purchase limit per transaction. He would like to add minimum and maximum purchase limit per transaction. So this is not available in Dynamics 365. So what we need to do? We need to customize the standard piece of code. We need to customize the standard piece of code. And he will have the requirement wherein he would like to see the details of sales orders in his mobile, and he needs details only of invoiced sales orders. So what he will do? He need to create a service for this, and then we can customize the sales order service as well. That is also possible. Okay, so this is also a customization. So like this, the customer will provide us the business requirements. So whatever we will do is we will check whether the business requirements are met by Dynamics 365 standard application or not. If they are met, then obviously he can use the application directly. If those are not met, then we need to customize. Okay, so during this, in the analysis phase for shopping management system, we found that the existing modules can be used. The existing modules can be used with fewer set of customizations. With fewer set of customizations. Now the question comes here. Then what about customizations? How to do these customizations? And how to start with these customizations in Dynamics 365. So see here, this is our VM environment. Inside the VM environment, the first step is open your Visual Studio. Okay. First of all, I want to show you how it will look like, and then we will move on. I will show you the further steps. Okay. And in this, you can see we have an application object tree, and inside this application object tree, you can see there are a lot of models. Okay. And in this, you can see application foundation, application platform, application suite. If you do remember, we have seen this in where we have seen this? We have seen this in application stack architecture. We have seen application foundation, application platform, application suite, and then a fleet management. Can you see here? A fleet management. We have seen all this as part of the application suite model. Sorry, application stack architecture. Okay, you can see all these are the models here. So what we need to do? Whenever you want to create a new project, or whenever you are starting with a new application, okay, new implementation in Dynamics 365, the first step would be to create a model. Okay, when we are creating a new model, there are some best practices. Okay, what are those best practices? What are those best practices? The naming convention of the model should start with your company name. Okay, and remember, company name in the sense you should not add the whole company name. It should be only 3 characters. And then you need to give some good name to your model. Okay, you need to give some good name to your model, and that name should be meaningful. Remember, please remember that name should be meaningful. Meaningful in the sense you should not give some XYZ or something like that. Whatever the name that you are giving to the model, that should identify what you are going to do in that one. Okay, in that model, what you are going to do, that should be identified by using this name. Please remember this. Okay, these are the things that you need to remember by creating a model. And there is one more step. Okay, Before this, there is one more step. What is that step? Setting up the version control. Okay, this is the preliminary step. Okay, now how to set up the version control? This is a big deal again. How to do that? Okay, so let's begin that and then we'll come back. Okay, let me open the Chrome or any browser, that's up to you. So see here, the first step would be to create Office 365. Hey, please remember, I am creating this account because we are working with the demo. Whereas when you are working in the company, you will have the domain account already. Okay, you will have the domain account with your company, which is bound to your company domain already. You need to use that account by working in the company. Whereas by working with the virtual machine, we don't have any account here. Okay, we don't have any company accounts. So what we need to do? We need to create a new account. So which is why I'm taking the enterprise trial account. Okay. So it will open a window for us. Office 365 enterprise trial, sign up. Oh, this is not this one. Okay. Sign up for Office 365 enterprise trial. Here it will ask you for the account. One thing is, here it is asking for the email address. Enter your email address. If you have the email address, the existing one, you can use that. Or if you want to create a new one specific to this account, you can create. Okay. Just a second. Let me create one for me. Or even if I click this sign, we should try. Okay. Okay, this is your first step. Okay, you can do the mobile authentication anyways if you want. Because while working with this sign up now, it will ask us for anyways the trial. It will ask us for the mobile authentication. Okay, that I have created this and my account is skd365@outlook.com. I can use this account skd365@outlook.com. Click on the next button and you can set up your account. And I will give my number. I will say home, company size 1%, country India. Next. Okay. Now it is asking for verification code. Let me send the code. Done. I got the code 326261. Okay. And here you need to specify your business. I will use skd365. skd. Remember, this step will be not necessary in case of your company accounts. Okay, because all these steps are done by the company people itself, and then they will provide you the domain account. But currently, we don't have the domain account, which is why I'm creating it. Okay, check the availability. Oh, skd365.onmicrosoft.com is not available. Very bad. Okay, once you're done, click on next. You can give the name skd365 at the rate skd365one.onmicrosoft.com and create a good password. Click on sign up. Okay, done. So once you're done with the sign up, here you have two things. One, you will get the Office 365 Enterprise trial, and you're going to get the email hosting with 100 GB mailbox, and you will have the unlimited personal cloud storage with qualified plans, and you will have the 25 trial highlights, 25 licenses, and 30-day free trial. You can use it for 30 days, Office 365. And along with this, we can use the same thing for Dynamics 365. I will show you just a second. It should finish setting up our account. Okay, and please remember, this is very, very important, because going further, we are going to use the same URL for logging into Dynamics 365. Okay. Okay, done. We are done with this. Now the next step would be to log into lcs.dynamics.com. Okay. So remember, in LCS, when you're logging in, you would not be able to log in with your Outlook account. Okay, unless and until someone has provided you the access. That is one thing. And the second thing is, you would be able to log on to the LCS with domain account. Now what we have done, we have logged into LCS with my on Microsoft domain account. We have logged into LCS with on Microsoft domain account. You can see here skd365 at the rate skd365one.onmicrosoft.com. Okay, using this account, we have logged in. And now you can see shared asset library here. Select this shared asset library. Here you will find a folder called downloadable VHD. Okay, here you will find a folder called downloadable VHD. Okay, and you can use this downloadable VHD, and then the latest version is 10.0.9. Okay, you can see there are total of 10.0.9 part 1, 10.0.9 part 16. You need to download all these 16 parts, and once you extract all these 16 parts, it will create a single file with extension .vhd for us. Okay, it will extract into a single file with extension .vhd, and you can boot from that VHD, or you can log in from that VHD. Okay, that's up to you, whether you want to attach it to Hyper-V, or whether you want to work with the VirtualBox, or whether you want to work with the directly boot from the VHD. That's up to you again. Okay, you can do whatever you want with that VHD. Okay, so this is the next step. You need to download the VM. Okay, now it's good. Now we know how to work with this and how to set it up. Then what about version control? How to set up the version control? Okay, let me try one thing. I'm using skd365.visualstudio.com. Okay, it says 404 not found. Good. Okay, now you can see it says 404 not found. Why it says 404 not found? Because we have not set up DevOps for this. Okay, the next step would be to set up the Azure DevOps account. We need to link this account to DevOps. Whereas in your case, when we are working in a company, we need to link our company account with the DevOps. Okay, let me go to dev.azure.com Okay, and here you can see sign into Azure DevOps. And coming to Dynamics 365, you can use the version control, either Git or TFS. Okay, now you can see it has given my account SKD365, and they are going to reach me at SKD365 at this URL, this one. This is my own Microsoft account. Click on the continue. Okay, continue. So here it is asking to create a project. I will make it public, and let me give some good project name. And remember, by default, when you create project from this one, it will create in Git itself. Okay, by default, it will take Git as the version control. If you want TFS as the version control, you need to create a new project, and then you can use it. Okay. Let me give some, I will give it as a test because I want to create a project with TFS. Okay, this will create with Git by default. One second. Let me go to Azure DevOps. You can see project here. Click on the new project. Here you can find the settings. Okay, public. I will call this as D365 June 2020. And then I am not giving any description. Here you can see the version control is Git or Git, whatever you want to call. Okay, I'm selecting Team Foundation version control. Okay, because currently in Dynamics 365, most of the people are working only with Team Foundation server. Okay, still they have not moved to Git. So let's see. Okay, I'm selecting Team Foundation server version control. Click on the create button. It will create a new project. Okay, good. Now we got this project. Okay, now I saw resource not found here. Now let me try again. skd365.visualstudio.com. Can you see this? Now we are able to log on. Now the next step is we need to bind this to LCS. Okay, so after creating the DevOps account, we need to bound the DevOps account to the DevOps to where? LCS. To do that, let me log on to lcs.dynamics.com. It's already there. Now let me go back to lifecycle services. Okay, so in lifecycle services, when we are working with a project, a new implementation project or the customization or whatever the project it is, the upgradation or the implementation, we need to create a new project here. Can you see this plus button? We need to create a new project here. I will call this as D365 June 2020 and product name Dynamics 365. Oh, 1 second. Finance and operations and industry. You can select whatever you want here. There will be a lot of industries. Depending upon the type of industry you are developing this project, you need to select it. Click on the create button. Okay, and here it will show some phases, overview, product description, here from customer. Okay, I will simply complete these phases. Okay, if you want, you can read them. It will simply provide us the help on how to get Microsoft and how to check with the customer and all the stuff. Okay, it's done. Now, in your environment, there are two possibilities depending upon the type of project you have created in LCS. Okay, if you are creating the project in this fashion for implementation, you will see there will be tiles here. Okay, there will be some tiles here, whereas in few scenarios you will find them here. Okay, if it is an implementation project, you will find them here. And you can see there is project settings. Select this project settings. And you can see Visual Studio Team Services. Okay, has not been configured correctly for this project. We need to set it up. So click on Setup Visual Studio Team Services. Here you need to provide the URL https:// my organization is SKD365. Let's say if you are working for a company, you will give the domain name here. Okay, please remember that .visualstudio.com. Okay, this is my site URL. Click on the continue button. Oh, good. Personal access token is required. What is the next step? Go to projects, and here D365 June 2020, you need to generate a personal access token. You can see here, if you select this, no, where can I say this? Yeah, here. Okay, if you select the account ID here, you will get the personal access token and generate the one. I'm creating a new token. I will give it the name as D365 June 2020 and validity, I will say 90 days. I'm giving full access. Click on the create button. Done. This is my personal access token. Paste it over here. Click on continue. Done. Now it is asking which project you want to use with LCS. I want to use June 2020 project with LCS. Okay. I'm using the basic template. If you want to use Agile model, you can use the Agile template. That's up to you. Whatever you want to use, you can do that. Okay. Click on continue and then save. Now, this is how we are going to integrate lifecycle services with DevOps. Okay. This is how we are going to integrate lifecycle services with DevOps. Okay. Now the next step, let me go to this again, back, and then let me go back to the project here. By default, if you go to repositories, in the file, it will be empty. There will be nothing here. Okay. I will create simply a new folder here. And I will call it as dev. All right, I want to use it for development. And remember, whatever we do in DevOps, we should attach work item. That is the best practice. Okay. As we are going with the training, I'm not attaching any work item. But remember, whenever we are working in a company, you need to attach the work item. There will be a work item task created for you. You need to attach the task whenever you are working with something in DevOps. Click on check-in, it will create a folder for us. Good. Now, let me go to Visual Studio and Team Explorer. It's already connected to UKD365 because that was belongs to previous batch. Let me cancel this. I want to connect it with other account. Manage connections, connected to team project. And here, servers. I want to go with the new server. Just a second, it's loading. Click on servers and then click on add https:// skd365.visualstudio.com. Okay, click on the OK button. It will ask you for the sign in. And even when you are working with a company account, it is same here. This step is not going to change. You need to use your credentials @skd3651 on Microsoft.com. Click on the next button. Provide your password. Click on sign in. Let it remember my password. It would be easier later on. Okay. Now you can see this is the project. Click on the close button, and I want to connect to June 2020. Click on connect. Okay. Now you can see we are connected to Team Explorer. Now click on the Source Control Explorer. You will get this dev, and now I will convert this to branch. Okay, this is my developer branch. This is my developer branch. Okay, done. This is how we need to integrate with TFS. Remember, this is the next step. This is the next step. So after connecting with the TFS, now we can move on to the model. Okay. Now we have discussed about the shopping management system. I told you we need to set up the version control. It's done. Now we need to set up the model. Remember, before starting with any Dynamics 365 project, you need to set up the TFS or the version control. Either it might be Git or either it might be TFS. That's up to you. And then only you need to start with working with the solution. Now, go to Dynamics 365. I told you that Dynamics 365 is a model-driven architecture. Let me create a new model. Okay, let me give some model name. I will call this a test model. And you should not give names like this here. You should give some good model name, okay? Or let me call this a shopping management system. I'm calling it as SMSM. Or for Flipkart, let's assume. I will say, I'm giving directly the name as Flipkart. Good. Okay. And now model publisher. I will give my name and then layer. See here, layer concept is still there in Dynamics 365. Even if it is model driven, layer concept is still there in Dynamics 365. Okay, please remember this. Now you can see there are different set of layers. So what is the purpose of these layers? Okay, because at the top level, or some people say at the bottom level, okay, we will have the system layer. Okay, for each and every main layer, okay, the main layers are sys means system. It will contain the standard code, the application suite, the application platform, the application foundation. All these models will reside in system layer, the sys layer. And if there is anything related to globalization and or localization, related to the languages or any local stuff, then they will reside in the GLS layer. Okay, if there are any patches, they will reside in future patching, FPK layer. And let's say you are creating a new solution, or the Microsoft is creating a new solution. The solution related to the framework will reside in SLN layer. Okay, I told you yesterday about utility management system, jewelry management system, and I told you about ISV. Okay, there will be a few of the companies called independent software vendors. They will take the Dynamics AX product from Microsoft and they will develop their own implementation. For example, you might be knowing about Ferranti, who has a product called MiComs, which is a utility management system product. Okay, similarly, I don't remember the company name, but they developed a jewelry management system in Dynamics AX. Okay, because a few of the people like Malabar Gold, they are using jewelry management system. Okay, in Dynamics AX. So similar to that, if you have any product in that manner, that will be ISV, that will be developed in independent software vendor layer. Value added reseller. Okay, remember there is only one difference. Independent software vendor, they will develop their own product, and then value added reseller, they will resell the product. Okay, by doing some customizations and modifications, they will resell the Dynamics AX product. If they want to perform that kind of modifications, they will use VAR layer. And if you are developing something for a customer, okay, there is a customer requirement, and you want to develop the piece of code for a customer, we will develop that in CUS layer, CUS. And the end user will log on to the user layer. The end user will log on to the user layer. And for each main layer, there will be a patch layer. Okay, let's say there are some immediate issues to be fixed. Those immediate issues will be pushed to the patch layer. Okay, and once all these features are stable, they will be again moved back to the main layer. Remember, for each and every layer, there will be one patch layer. If there are any changes, that means I mean to say, okay, the updates will be in the form of a patch. The update will be in the form of a cumulative update. If it is a cumulative update, that will be moved to the main layer. If it is a patch, it will be moved to a patch layer. Okay. So now I'm working with the user layer. If you want to work with any other layer, you can do that. Click on the next button. Now here you have two different options. One is called select package. One is called select package, and the other in the select package, create new package and select existing package. These are the two options we have. Create new package means you don't want to customize any standard piece of code. Remember, customize means I am saying overlaying. You don't want to overlay the standard piece of code. Then you need to create a new package. Select existing package. You want to do a overlaying. That means modifying the object of one layer in another layer is called overlaying. You have a standard system object and you want to modify that standard system object in your own layer, in your own model. Then you will use select existing package. And when you click on select existing package, up to D365 8.0, up to D365 8.0, we are able to overlay the stuff. But coming from Dynamics 365 8.0, overlaying is removed. And if you want to customize, there is only one way, using the extensions. There is only one way, using the extensions. Okay. So we are not going to discuss this existing package because this is similar to AX 2012. In AX 2012, how we used to customize? The same way we can customize in Dynamics 365 as well. But it's disallowed for most of the system models. You can see there are few more which are left. Data fix, data upgrade platform, and then you can see public sector format like this. And then you have create a new package. We will use create new package and then click on the next button. And these are the referenced packages. Okay. When we are working with the C# code, we will add DLL. When we work with the C language, we will use header files. Similarly, when we are working with the Dynamics 365, we will use referenced packages. I'm saying in my code, there is a possibility of using the application platform code. I will refer the objects of application platform in my code. I will refer the objects of application foundation in my code. I'm selecting that. And then click on the next button. Here we have create new project and make this default. I don't want to make this default. I will simply create a new project. Click on the finish button. This is the next step. When you are working implementation. Okay. Give some good name. Let me call this as shopping management system. Okay. Click on OK button. Done. Now I have a project, and then I have a code. Let's see. If I go to folder, and then if I navigate to C drive, AWS service, packages local directory, you can see we have created a flip chart. Can you see this? Whenever you create a new model, it will create. Now, whatever we need to do is, we need to go to TFS again and create a new folder here. Let me create it from here. It will be easier. If you refresh, it will show it as a branch now. It is a branch. You can simply create a new folder here, and I will call this folder as metadata. Okay, add your work item. Click on the check-in. It will create a new folder for us, And if you come here and if you refresh, you should see metadata. Oh, sorry. It is running the project here. Just give me a second. Let it build. Okay, don't worry. I will explain you about that later on because I need to have at least one object. Currently, I don't have any object, so we can't run anything. Okay. Right click. Where is refresh? I have the metadata. And here it says not map. Select this. Now go to C drive. In your case, it will be K drive. Or if it is Git, the metadata folder will change. And select the Flipkart. Or you can do one more thing. There is one more way of doing it. Okay. Add items to the folder. You can also use this way. There are multiple ways of doing the things. Okay. So you can do in any one of the fashion. That's up to you. Okay. But it says destination local folder not mapped. If you want to map it, you can map directly to the Flipkart. Map. Then if you go to metadata, we have these three folders. Okay, you know what people used to say? Again, here you have taken only these things. Is it right or wrong? This is one more thing people used to confuse. If you want to add only model, this Flipkart alone will be enough because this is where the code will reside. Okay, or sometimes what people will ask me, okay, I don't want to use this. I want to add the entire model. You can add your entire model. Okay, if you want to add your entire model, what you need to do is, while mapping, you need to map this Flipkart. If you map this Flipkart, you will get it. Or if you want to map only this Flipkart, you can map only this Flipkart. That all depends on how you are building the code. Okay, that all depends on how you are building the code. Once you are done, you can check in this, check in pending changes, and then check in. Done. Now, if you go to DevOps and if you refresh, you should see your code in the DevOps. Okay. Currently, we have not created anything. So let me create a simple job. Okay. I'm creating a simple job. Click on the Add button, New item, and then code. Select Runnable class. Let me call this as my first program. Click on the Add button. It will add a new program for us. Okay, just a second, it's creating. Now here, I will simply use info here. I don't want to use a lot of things here now. My first program. Done. Now, if you want to run this piece of code, you need to set this as the startup object and then okay. Please remember the steps are set up LCS project, set up the LCS project, and then what is the next step? Set up the DevOps. What is the next step? If you are working with the VM, download the VM, set up the version, create a new model, and then if you want to check in your project, you can check in the project as well. Whatever we need to do is, I have created one folder called metadata. Na? You need to create one more folder here. Okay. Here, whatever you need to do is, along with the metadata, you need to create one more folder, and then you need to call this as projects, and then you can check in your projects here. Okay. You can do that. This is also possible. Okay. Remember, these are all the steps, the preliminary and mandatory steps when you are working with the project. Okay, remember, without these steps, you should not move forward. Got it? Just a second. I think it is loading something here. No. It should open Internet Explorer for me. Just a second. Let it run. I'm waiting for this to run here. You can see the start button is currently disabled. Okay, currently this program will run, but there is one more step. I will show you within a minute. Because when you are working with the VM, or when you are working with the Azure machine as well, you need to do admin user provisioning for your account. Just a second. Once this is loaded, I will show you. This will load with UKD365 account anyway, so it will run.
Which class? No.
Okay, you can see here. Currently, this will run with UKD365 account. My first program. This is how it will work. Okay. Now you can see the account is currently UKD365. So whatever we need to do is we need to provision our account. How to do that? On the desktop, generally you will find it on the desktop. Otherwise as well, I will show you just a second. Okay, you will have a tool called admin user provisioning. You need to run this as the administrator. Okay. And then you need to give your email address here. Okay. And in Azure VMs, you might not find this on desktop. You need to go to packages local directory. Here you will have a folder called bin. And on this bin folder, you will have admin user provisioning. And you need to run this as the administrator. Okay. Click on yes button. And then skd365 skd365one.onmicrosoft.com. Okay, click on the submit button. It will take a minute or two and then it will commence the account. Okay. So, okay, once you have done this now, the admin access of that UKD365 account will be gone. Please remember that. Okay. That account will lose access and this account will gain admin access. Yeah, depending upon the memory and configuration, it will take some time, and then it will say admin user updated successfully, or it will give the timeout error. And remember, for this to work now, you need to start the batch service as well. Batch service and then AOS, both of them should be in running state. Then only this can be provisioned. Okay? Yeah, that's it for today. We will discuss the remaining things tomorrow about the other project. And in the meantime, I would like you to decide if you have any project plans, then please let me know. Otherwise, we'll go with some existing project. Okay, I will explain you something either batch management system or vehicle management system or something like that. Okay. Yeah. Now it's your time. Please let me know if you have any queries. Because it might take some more time. Yeah, done. Admin user successfully updated. Any questions?
Kumar.
Yep.
So when you will explain about this VM setup actually?
Hey, this is first of all, if you download the VM, this is how you are going to set up the VM. Yeah, gone for UKD365. The access is gone. Okay, this is what I told now. I told you the same thing. I told you the download the VM and then the VHT, and then you can set it up on Hyper-V or VirtualBox, or you can boot from it. That's what I said. If you download the VM now,
Mhm.
please download the VM from LCS, and then I will tell you how to set it up on Hyper-V. Okay.
Okay.
Next, any other queries?
What about the Visual Studio details, like which version and
Visual Studio, when you download the VM, by default you will get 2015. Okay, there is no need of installing anything else. The VM contains each and everything. It will contain the SQL Server, it will contain the Visual Studio, it will contain the Dynamics 365. You will get along with the demo data. So there is
Okay.
no need of installing anything else.
So how long this VM will work? For how many months?
It will work for 180 days.
6 months.
And if you ask me about this version, just a second, I'll tell you that as well. Because if you go to shared asset library, you can see that from the uploaded date, it will work for 180 days. And even for Dynamic Visual Studio as well, you can log on with the account, okay? With the same account, you can use it. Any other questions?
From where I can get this menu from in the LCS? This option?
On the front screen of LCS itself, you will see that. If you log on to lcs.dynamics.com, this will be the first screen. And from that screen, directly you can navigate. Shared asset library here itself. Or in case of project, if you go to the project as well, you will see this shared asset library.
Shared assets library, okay.
Yeah.
But nothing is there.
Hey, it will take some time, yeah, it's loading.
Okay, okay.
Kumar, I have one question. Like earlier, we used to create a project, and for any customizations, we used to do like that. Right now, how we'll be doing?
Yeah, that's what I told you. Because whenever you are working with the Dynamics 365, there are multiple ways. Okay. The best practice is that create one model. For that model, you can create any number of projects. Model should be one. Projects can be one. Projects can be many. Okay. For each bug, let's say you're getting the issue. For each bug, you will create one project and then you will add the code to that model itself. Okay. Model should be one. Projects can be many.
But how we'll make sure that there are 2-3 users are there, like 2-3 developers there, and how I'll make sure that my changes
Remember,
will be
here as well, shared topology is not there. Okay, you can't share one VM with multiple developers. One VM, one developer. And whereas coming to the changes, you have the version control.
okay.
And
So,
that's up to you. For your question to answer, let's say if you want to do only changes, okay, let's say there are 2-3 developers and 3 developers are working on the same object at a time, and you don't want that to happen. At that time, you need to enable exclusive checkout. Okay, exclusive checkout means only one person can check out the object at a time. So that is what we do in AX 2012. The same thing should be done in Dynamics 365. Otherwise, you need to compare the code and then you need to resolve the conflicts.
Okay.
Next, any other questions?
Hyper-V, is there any other way to do the setup?
Yeah, you can do with Hyper-V, VirtualBox, or you can boot from the VHD directly. These are the 3 different ways.
Oh,
Okay, if there are no queries, I will end session for everyone. Thank you all for the session. Let's meet again tomorrow, same time. Thank you all. Bye.